right? So as individuals, all of us are all different. We all have our own interests, we all have our own likes, dislikes. But when it comes down to it, society, it's all about competition. And basically about like trying to be successful is that you have to be better than the other person. And so if you want to stand out, don't be different, but be outstanding. And so to me, I feel like this is something that we should all try and be, because all of us are all different, but we can be more different in a better way, more outstanding, like the quote says. And an example of this could have been when I was in high school, I tried out for a choir. I didn't really want to do choir before because I wasn't really into singing that much. I only did it because my friends and their siblings were in it, and they all said it was fun. And so I wasn't really a singer, but I knew how to play the guitar. And so me and my friends were thinking about songs to do for our audition, and all of us actually wanted to do the same song, and we all sang it. And so, but the difference was that when I sang mine, I played the guitar because I thought it would help me in my audition. And so that was something that was a little different. And at the end of that, I was able to be, I was granted into the vocal ensemble, which is like the varsity of choir my freshman year. And they were all entered in as the men's ensemble, which is just strictly men's. The vocal is men's and women's, so it's like all together. And so something that my instructor really liked was that I was able to play the guitar and sing well. And compared to my friends, they did the same thing, but they got into a lower class because it's men's. It's like a freshman and then varsity. So they were put into the freshman, I was put into the varsity. And so that was the way how we're all different, but I did my performance a little different, and that led me to be something better than what they got. And so to me, if you want to stand out, don't be different, you have to be outstanding. So you can't just, just say that, like in school, when we applied to college, grades weren't just everything. It was also what you did in like your free time, like community service or like activities outside of school, which makes your resume a little more better. And that's the only reason I feel that you will be able to succeed in life, is if you are more different than others, to show the other people that this is why I want to do it, this is why I should like take this position, and whatever, if it would be a job or a college. That would be the reason why I'm better than the other people who also apply. And to me, that's why if you want to stand out, don't be different, but be outstanding.
You gotta be ought to be number one.
All right, Ian, I like the concept of competition, and I thought that you kind of transitioned into the theme pretty effectively. The phrasing of the thesis is okay. There's not really a preview of what the supporting material is going to be, so I think that's a little bit of a problem. But you have an excellent first example. You've got a lot of details in there. You make the story interesting. It sounds sincere, and like you really kind of thought this is a good illustration of the point that I'm talking about. After you finish that first example, though, it seems like you kind of wander into a second topic. It didn't really feel like it was planned very well, and then the ideas that you come up with, they kind of remain a little abstract in nature. And I think there's quite a contrast between the first and the second points. And if you could get something a little more specific in that second point, I think that would help a lot. The presentation issues, I think your voice projects well. For somebody who was in the choir, there's pretty good variety in the voice. Maybe you could do a few more things to emphasize an idea, but it was satisfactory, and it's very melodic. It flows smoothly, so you didn't have any hesitations there. The gestures, for the most part, you have some good descriptive gestures, although you do have a tendency to both kind of drop your hands and step back whenever you're kind of transitioning between not major ideas but just sentences, and so it looks a little bit awkward, a little bit mechanical. That would be maybe a little bit of anxiety that's coming out there, that it's all coming out a little bit in your feet and when you step back with your hands. So if you could keep a little bit more control, I think you'll feel more confident also, but you did a very solid job. I thought your eye contact was strong at the beginning. Maybe it drops out a little bit more frequently than you want it to. You have a tendency to kind of look down when you're thinking about the next thing that you're talking about instead of staying engaged with people in the audience. So that could be something to work on too. All right, thank you. All right, Dakota, you're going to be next. If you could